this is just a random tidbit, right? I remember right now I'm reading this book called Unlock the Magic of Your Sun Sign. It's a series. The Pisces Witch, Swimming in the Starry Seas by Ivo Dominguez Jr. and Matt Arian, right? Boom. Wonderful book. We read The Taurus Witch over the course of last month, and it was wonderful. So much so, I had to get one for my own sign. My wife is a Taurus. But we're discussing we're in the part of the book where he's talking about magical correspondences and the types of spellcraft that Pisces are intuitively led towards. When one of the things says psychic intuition, right? When I was a kid, I used to be able to dream some shit or see some shit in a daydream or just know. I don't know how I knew, but I knew. And as I got older, you come to find there's the clairs, clairsentience, clairaudience, etc., etc. But I remember getting in trouble one time, and I told my ex-stepfather, I'm psychic. I have psychic abilities. I can see things before they happen. And he was like, well, what do you think this is? And he made it some sort of negative spin-off, because I don't know why, because I don't see it and I've never seen it, but people have been telling me since I was a kid I look like Raven Simone, excuse me. And he was like, what do you think this is? That's so Raven, you know? And he was being funny about it. I was in trouble, so he was making it like, you know, little girl, what the fuck are you talking about? The whole time I'm telling the truth. It's amazing to me how, if you pay attention to the things that were relevant in childhood, the things that you were good at in childhood, the things that you were drawn to in childhood, and how life just kind of tries to suck those things right out of you, or the people, some of the people you can be put in paths with in childhood growing up, they can kind of just try to suck those abilities, you know, those intuitively led activities even, or ways of being, just right up out of you. And then the more in touch you get with yourself as you get older, if and when you have the opportunity to do so, the more relevant those things become again, right? As an adult, I'm a tarot reader. As an adult, I love herbs, learning herbs and both their physical and metaphysical properties, you know, the ways you can use herbs to heal your physicality, but to also, you know, bend and utilize the energies to your will in regards to spellcrafting, whether it's bath teas, drinkable teas, whether it's, you know, spell jars, etc., etc. That was something I loved when I was a kid. That was just kind of quite literally beat out of me, you know, and having a connection to water, never wanting to get out of the bathtub, you know, etc., etc. All of these things in my adulthood are relevant again, you know, and I find this sense of deep connection and fulfillment to those things as an adult, because nobody can come in and be like, you've been in the bathtub for 3 hours, get the fuck out. Nobody can come in and be like, you know, stop playing with all them, you know, leaves and this, and it's just leaves and feathers, you know, put that shit away and clean yourself up, you know. Nobody can come in and tell me that I don't know what the fuck I know, no matter how I know it. My point, the older you get, the easier it can be, I'll put it that way, to reconnect with yourself. And I'm starting to believe that is the whole point. You get caught up in your younger years, partially because you're trying to reconnect with the self. You're trying to refigure yourself out. But there's so many external distractions, you know. There's peer pressure, and there's you know, boys or girls, and etc., etc. You're learning your own physicality. You're curious about other physicalities. You know, there's sports, and there's grades, and there's blah, blah, blah. right? As an adult, there's a certain, yes, life will life. Bills got to be paid, children gon' children, exes gon' ex, etc., etc. Co-workers are gonna co-worker, right? But there's this freedom in being able to choose and prioritize, is what I heard. What really matters and when it matters more or less to you. What things you're going to prioritize when it comes to work, co-workers. When certain things need to be dealt with in the home, etc., etc. What's of importance when all of the sports and going to all of the practices is important, and when it's important to play hooky for a day and spend the day with your child. Okay? It's so amazing, the freedom that comes with being an adult. And don't get me wrong, life is gonna life. Politics will politics, the economy is the economy, right? But we have a little bit more control over things, our experiences in life, than sometimes we allow ourselves to see or to experience. And life is not just meant to be lived, right? Living, to be alive, is a state of being. To thrive and enjoy the experiences that you have in life, that's something totally different. And it all seemingly has a lot to do with your perspective on things and the way in which you decide to prioritize the experiences that you're going to have. Period. Somebody could do something to piss me off, and if I prioritize my own peace, I will determine how I respond to the thing that's pissing me off. That's not to say that nothing will ever piss me off again. That's not to say that whatever that thing was didn't piss me off. You know what I'm saying? That is to say, okay, I'm mad as fuck right now. I'm not going to respond to this right here, right now, because I know I'm going to respond in a way that's very emotionally led, because I'm pissed off. Instead, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go take a lunch, go take my little 15-minute break, go take a nice little shit on the company time, because fuck it, it's I'm going to collect myself. When I come back to the situation, I will have calmed myself enough to decide whether or not I am going to respond today or put that shit off until tomorrow. When I go home, if I do so choose to respond tomorrow, I'm going to go home and I'm going to handle my responsibilities for that day, 8:08 when I look up, and then I'm going to eat something that brings me comfort. Responsibly, of course. Today for me, even though nothing is pissing me off, a good example today for me, it was this cookie, right? I'm going to move my body in jiu-jitsu class. I'm going to enjoy my cookie with my dinner today, and then I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to take me a nice shower and go to bed. I'm going to get up in the morning. We're going to try this shit again. That's not to say tomorrow morning I'm not still a little bit annoyed with the situation, but I did not allow my experience to become one that was led by anger, right? Etc., etc. You want to live a better life. Say you want more adventure. You want more romance. For me, that's easy. I'm married. Easy. I'm married. The life is such that there's no time for sitting around and just etc., etc. It's hard to be bored when you always got shit to do, places to be, people to be around. 9/11 when I looked up. For example, we were talking about, I was talking about wanting to go on more dates. The schedule is packed Monday to Sunday. Okay, so because we are in jiu-jitsu, she's sweating a lot, right? Which means her locks need to be, because she likes a nice clean look. She works in a corporate environment. Every 2 weeks, I'm going to have to wash, retwist, and style your hair, right? Let's kill two birds with one stone. I'm going to wash, retwist, and style your hair every 2 weeks. Payment for said services is either going to be $100 each time, or a date equivalent to $100. Period. Now my dates are worked in and guaranteed every 2 weeks when I have to do your hair. 2 to 3 weeks when I have to do your hair. Either I'm getting the finances out of it and I can do with that what I please, or for example, the next 2 weeks that I'm gonna have to do her hair, we're going on a Hobby Lobby date. It's already guaranteed. The next 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks after that, we're gonna go to this place called Miracles of Joy. It's a metaphysical shop, so I can re-up on my herbs. Okay? It's all about how you decide to maneuver your experience in life. Period. And I'm learning that a lot of that gets missed when you allow your emotions to drive the boat in the present moment. You're not able to sit and think. You're feeling too much. So logic gets missed, right? Either way, this was a lot of different points, but the overall point was to enjoy your experience. Enjoy the 1111 when I look up. Enjoy the experiences that life has to offer, because it has quite a few. And allowing yourself the ability to slow down a lot of times works best in your favor, specifically for me. Can't speak for nobody but my own self. For me, I'm quick fast. And as a child, you're taking too long. You're moving too slow. Hurry up, let's go. You feel me? Training. A lot of that mentality has to do with training. I am being more intentional in life about slowing the fuck down. Can't nobody rush me but me at this point in my life. If I feel like I'm being rushed to, it's because I did not allow myself enough time to move with ease. Period. So it's both in being intentional, okay, and taking control of your responses to the right here, right now, period. And thus creating a space that allows you to experience life however you want to. So that's all for now. 12:21 when I looked up just now. That's all for now. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk and listening to me rant. Until next time, have a great day.